Awesome.
And I can't even tell if this is recording now. So,
I see a red dot
okay, I
flashing.
mean, that must mean it's recording. So perfect. Okay,
Awesome.
so the portal, the way it's set up. So basically what we did, Rob, is we took all your list and we uploaded it to the system.
Okay.
But any additions and deletions, you can do these on your own now. So what you do, this is kind of our home screen on the portal. Did
Okay.
Annette send you the code and everything to get in?
You did. You did. I haven't had a chance to open everything up
That's
yet,
okay.
but
Yeah, no
yes.
worries. This is a demo portal, so this won't have any of your info in it.
Okay.
Okay, so basically what we do is we go into where the roster is and we want to add a driver. I gotta put my eyes on here. So the information that we look for, name, address, phone number, date of birth, we want to make sure they have OHIP. All right, so
Yep.
we check that off. And I'm going to put my email in here to show you what happens. So cell is important. Home number, if you've got it, great. If not, we just have to have numbers in there or it's not going to go forward.
Mm.
In the fleet info, a lot of fleets use this. They put their unit number and they put the driver information in, their number in, just so you can sort your
It's a good idea. I
drivers
like
by
that. Yeah.
drivers. When they opt out of WSIB, obviously they do the 1149A. You can check that you've got that off on file. Put in their IO number, and you can even upload their independent operator letter from WSIB.
Okay.
Right? Do you have any multiple truck guys that have multiple trucks at all?
We do have two. They weren't included. Three, sorry, they weren't included on that list because, and that's me kind of getting a learning on the multiple trucks. But he would have to provide WSIB for those workers, would they not?
That's correct, yeah. So
Yeah.
what's good about this system is we find out whatever their expiry date is with WSIB, you put that in here, and then it'll send reminders out to the driver to say, hey, your WSIB is due.
Okay. So that's
Okay?
actually okay. That's okay.
So coverage, if you're adding coverage, you can as add it as of today. You can't go backwards, obviously. But let's say
Yeah.
you don't have a guy starting until Monday or the 18th. You just pick that date, and that way you're not getting billed extra.
Right.
Okay. Down here is basically your configuration will pretty much be the same for everybody, unless you've got somebody local. You can like remove the business traveler coverage if they're not going to the States. And then all you do is you click add coverage. And what this does is it's going through a process now. It's creating certificates of insurance. So as you can see, it says Ronnie Carey's been successfully added.
Yeah.
So you'll get an email, I'll get an email, and our company will get an email. So
Okay.
the confirmation comes in, and I'm not able to share three screens. So I'm going to go into where the roster is just to show you what shows up. So in the email, he'll get, and you'll get, number one, he'll get a welcome email. So like right now, I see welcome to NAL Insurance on the bottom of my screen, but I don't think that shows up because it's, as I said, I don't know how to share three screens at once.
No worries.
So the documents, so basically the key things that are in the documents is the sign off. And basically what that is, the information is the beneficiary form. Um, he can basically confirm that he understands it's an accident disability plan. You guys have the option of taking it off their pay and paying us on their behalf. It also authorizes you the option of terminating their coverage on their behalf because it's an individual policy. So
So every time if a driver's no longer with us, then we go
yeah,
in and
yeah.
yeah.
So you can go in and terminate, and I'll show you how that works as well. The big
Okay.
thing is understand that I'm responsible in determining and securing my independent contractor status, and basically I recognize that this is a policy of individual insurance, which helps maintain their independent status. So it's not a group insurance where sometimes group insurance could cross the line of independent status. So they only.
Right. Right.
Okay, so that's the confirmation. If you get into other things, there's the schedule of benefits that comes in as well, and it just basically kind of gives them a quick overview of what the coverage looks like.
Okay.
Okay, so if I go back into the portal here, back to the roster, if I want to terminate somebody, so okay, Ronnie didn't make it. What we're going to give Ron is 10 days of coverage, and what that allows him it basically gives 10 days, so it allows him to come back to your property, pick up his final check, not fall on your property and turn around and sue you. So he will have coverage in place. So you can just put in termination, submit the discharge. As you can see, it's going to go to May the 11th.
Okay.
You'll get a notice that pops up here that we're going to notify Ronnie within two business days, and he'll have
That was
up
my
to
next question. Yeah. Okay.
So, and then he'll have up to 8 days in which he can contact us to pick up the premium on his own. And what we do is we give him
So
a
once
conversion.
you submit this, you're committed.
So the reason we put the 2 days there is we don't want somebody not knowing about their termination before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Equipment listing, that's only basically there for companies that have buy down or downtime coverage. You can do all that through the portal as well. Some different tools. What do you guys use for an accident register now?
It's more of a manual process, to be honest.
Okay, well, the portal allows you to attach all that information. So you can add the accident, information about the incident, where it took place, the driver information, the conditions of the road at the time, and then of course the outcome. And then what you'll have is a spot for notes, and you can upload up to 10 files to the file as well. So what's nice about that is you have a database of all your claims. You can even use this for drivers that don't have coverage and just use it for the databases to keep store of things. And obviously you'll be able to do printouts of your claims as well.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is a WSIB compliance tool. There again, if you had drivers that had or owner operators that had drivers that worked for them, you'd have a report here of what was outstanding or what was coming up for renewal. The different reports, the general, everything we send you, now we probably already sent you an invoice, a variance report, and a few other reports. All of the premium notices, the payment histories, discharges, deductions, and the variance report are all going to be online.
Yeah.
You'll get those emailed to you at the end of each month. What's cool about the variance report is you don't have to scrub the entire bill. If you have 2 changes in the month, you'll just get a report to say, hey, you had one added and one deleted.
Okay.
If you do get into buy down information, you can do claims and everything on here as well. And then there's a spot for custom data that allows you to use this as a data bank where you can, let's say you have some road tests that were due, you can schedule those in the data bank, and it'll actually send you reminders on all that. If you want to search birthdays for the month of June because you want to send out birthday cards, you can use that as well. And then all you do.
What's the road test?
Oh, that's just basically if somebody is due for a road test or this is kind of data that people have put in as examples. But let's say you had dangerous goods or other events like a medical that you wanted reminders of, it'll actually keep that information for you.
Is that That's looking across at this. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so you can, and there again, you can design it any way you want as well. So that's kind of custom data, set up your own, and then take that information. And as I said, if you want to pull all the dates of birth for the month of June, you could export that data and it'll pull out a report for you that shows all the birthdays of that month.
Favorite sandwich.
Yeah, so yeah. It's kind of set up where people can put in whatever they want. So I think they're just using favorite sandwich as a test. So,
is this something that, favorite ice cream, I like that. Is this something that we could add categories and include it in the, or?
Oh yeah, you set up your own, you set up your own custom data for your own engine.
Okay, that's very
all right.
interesting.
Contacting us, pretty simple. If you have a question about billing, you can do, call me and send the note, and that'll happen as well. It's the same thing, an email sent out to the billing department. Yeah. Okay, so pretty simple. Any questions at all?
I might have a follow-up, some questions on the billing side as we kind of line up the drivers,
okay,
the owner operators on the billing side, and how to go through that. I might have some questions down the road. I'm going to sit down, play with this safety guy, and then kind of go through the billing process with accounting. And I might have some questions at that point. So I think I'm going to do is kind of gather that information and then kind of just give you a call and say, here's what we're looking at, and see if we can figure that out.
Awesome. One of the biggest things that I wanted to kind of save to the last now is this.
Okay.
Two things. One is there was issues in the past with drivers who may try to double dip, and
Okay.
they like they collect from us and then they also try to go to the auto policy. And the auto policy has to pay until they know for a fact that it's being paid by somebody else.
Mhm.
So we can actually share claims information with you. We don't give you the personal information, but we will share information about, the incident date, the type of claim, like what you really want to know, is it an MVA or not? You're more concerned about MVA claims
Yeah.
because those are the ones that can impact your auto policy.
Yeah.
So the information that's here, it'll say if it's under review or if it's been approved and what's been paid. All the documents that we need completed are here as well. We send these documents out to the owner operator, but if there's anything they need that they haven't completed, boom, you could pull it off and have it done. Um, the whole idea of this, and you'll get reports at the end of each month, and it'll be attached in your general reporting system about claims. So you'll get into claim summary for each month, and it'll show as an example of what's been paid, the total amounts, and what's outstanding. Okay, so you'll be able to share that with Sound Insurance, and they'll be able to share it with the adjusters. So
Okay.
you're not having guys double dip. What's really unique about our policy, if they do collect from us, uh, and they go to the auto policy, or they go to the auto policy and don't come to us,
Yeah.
we'll actually pay the auto policy back and not pay the owner operator. So we'll make it whole.
Okay.
So that'll help.
Yeah.
The last thing here is we have a new feature that's been added, that we've had some over the last month or so. We've had a number of drivers that have parked their trucks, or owner operators that have parked their trucks. So rather than going in and redoing all the data again, we can just go in and find them, click re-add the driver. It's going to go and ask for some information again, like obviously phone number.
My safety guy was nodding when he saw the screen. He's like, yes.
Good. And then and then all you do is you go back and you add coverage and it automatically adds it again. So you're not having to go through the whole process of, finding postal codes and everything. That's all stored
Yeah.
for you as
He's
well.
liking that.
Perfect system. Yeah, you know what? That's a brand new feature. I'll tell you, we've had, since we started this portal about 12 years ago, we've had over 300 changes, and most of the changes have made because our fleets have said, "Hey, could you make it do this?"
Yeah.
Hey, I need the claims information. Can you pull that information together for me? And it's worked out real well. All right, so that's kind of it. What I'll do is where I recorded this, I'll send you a copy of this so you'll be able to save it.
Awesome.
And yeah, it might take me a little while to get it uploaded, but I'll send
No
you
worries.
any questions at all. If you want to go through it again, give me a shout.
I probably will as I go through it. I'll make a list of questions. So I'll go through with my safety guy. I'll go through with accounting. So I don't want to do multiple calls. Kind of just go through, and then as we kind of have our questions, I'll give you a shout. It might be easy answers,
Yeah.
and then we just figure it out if we need to go into more detail or not, and go from there.
Sweet. Perfect. All right. Well, listen, enjoy the weekend, man.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Rob. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Now, how do I end this?